What's the worst thing
Wait,
you've ever
really?
screwed up? Say what it is.
Like, and the audio.
Yeah,
like,
the audio.
It's dumb, but like I think it was
worst
one
thing you've ever
I think it was
said?
one episode we forgot to delete a part where you could like figure out what street someone lived on, like that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of casual doxing of self.
Although what happened, because the street that we were on in L.A.
Are we talking about that corridor?
Crime alley, as we used to call it, because felt like
the parking lot, right?
It was a parking lot. It was kind of like a one-way dead end. People figured out pretty quick where that was. So there was like a minute where like I remember one time, because this is the funniest story. So it was like that place that we were in now. Sam and Nico and folks, Quarter Digital guys who were there, like they've added air conditioning, but at the time we were dirt poor, so we didn't have air conditioning. So we would sit there and we would just be sweating our asses off, and we're like running VFX on our computers and stuff.
Right.
So it's hot.
Yeah.
So we were all sitting around like basically shorts and no shirt, just like pouring water on ourselves.
Holy shit!
And like this,
right next to electronics.
right next to electronics. And then like it was in the middle of summer, and then I remember this one time, we hear a knock on the door, and it's this like mom and her kid.
No.
And they're like, the kid was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys!"
You're just all drenched.
you
And we're
open
like,
up
and we're just literally, and it's literally
shirtless,
four
running along, like covered in water.
It's like literally
Hello.
4 shirtless, out of breath adult men in a room sweating, and this like
Sweating
kid
on
and
computers.
his mom. And one, I was like, I remember looking at the mom and be like, "What the fuck?" Like she was like, "Oh yeah, he said that you guys do YouTube videos." I'm like, "Why did you bring him here? Like, what the fuck, lady? Like, basics. Like, like if your kid went up to you and was like, 'Hey, I want to just show up at someone's place.' Like, why is there a yes happening here at any point?" But I remember,
Must have just not
like,
known.
"Oh, let's give him the tour," and we're just like, "We're not putting shirts on. Like, we're making this as awkward as possible because this mom needs to learn something about just bringing
So
your
you
kid."
gave a shirtless, sweaty tour
To
for
a
a child,
and
and his mom through the.
It's very awkward.
I guess it would.
I mean, to be fair, it was just one room where it's like, "Here's where we do this stuff. Okay, here, have a shirt and please leave us alone."
Sure. Yeah. Wow.
have a shirt. We don't need them.
We don't need them. No, he was just sweltering here. Yeah, it was just like,
Holy
it was just weird. It's just weird.